working, yay. Hi guys, sorry I haven't posted earlier. I was ill, actually, over the weekend. Well, feeling better now, yay. Anyway, today, it's Tuesday. I'm gonna try and get this video up this evening, but don't hold me to it, I might not. So today I wanted to talk to you about the new year and what I've got planned going on, and also about what happened last year, because actually 2013 was a really big year for me, and it kind of affected everything that is going to happen this year and everything that's going to happen in the next couple of years. So I am going to start that off at the beginning of the year and tell you what happened. Hope you enjoy. January through till May. So from January through till May 2013, I was in my final year of university. I had exams in January, I had exams in May, and in between I had a hell of a lot of homework to do, and it was very, very stressful. But I'm really lucky because I had lots of friends who were in the exact same position as me. I also had lots of friends who had already graduated, who had lots of tips on studying and just ways to stay calm, really. I'm really, really glad that I worked really, really hard during my final year, and it really has paid off. I've got the degree I always wanted, which in turn has led to having the most amazing job I could ever think of having, with the most amazing people, and I'm really, really lucky. So to past me, thumbs up. Hard work did pay off. In that time as well, I realised who are my true friends. Like they say at university that you do make lifelong friends, and that is really true, because the friends I had in that final year who were the most loyal and I had the best time with are still my best friends now. Even though we're not at university and we don't see each other very often, they are still my closest friends, and I count them as close to family as I have here in London. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for standing by me and everything we did together. Don't tell my mum. So yeah, that was January through till May. June. University was over. By the end of May, I had my summer ball, I'd said my goodbyes to everybody, and I had moved home. Yay! For people who know me, you will know that I haven't lived at home since I was 11, because I went to boarding school, so it was very strange to have to pack everything I owned and hold dear and put it in one place, whereas normally I used to have school, mum, dad, it was all over the place. Now it was all in one place at mum's, in her poor little house, well, it's a nice house, but in my little room. And the first couple of days I was there was some major laundry cleaning. Everything had to be cleaned. Just making sure everything was still in good nick, and then it was all sorting out clothes to go to charity shops, sorting out stuff to go in the attic for when I find my own place, like not just my own room but my own home, etc, 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 and it just went on and on and on. And that happened for a good 2 weeks, and during all this I was looking for a job in the town where my mum lives for just some money, for an income. And also I was applying to recruitment companies and for jobs all over the country, obviously focusing mainly on London, but I was really open to moving anywhere. Like I even looked at jobs up in Edinburgh and Aberdeen. I was really happy to go where I needed to go for work. So that carried on, and then luckily it was around the 20th or so of June, and I get a phone call from a lovely lady saying, "Hi, we are from a company called Pareto Law, and they are a recruitment company for graduates who want to focus in business-to-business sales," which is not something I'd planned on doing, but I thought, okay, why not? Everything's an experience at my age. So she said, right, I'm going to do a quick phone interview and then we'll see if you can come to one of our assessment days. So got past the phone interview, and she was like, right, I really want you to come to an assessment day. So the following Wednesday, I was at the assessment day, and beforehand we'd been asked to bring a presentation on why we would be good at sales. So I turn up and there's all these other graduates there, there's like 50 of us there, and I'd never been to an assessment centre that big before. The only couple I'd been before were like 5 or 6 people, which was insane, there were so many people in one room. We went and did introductions, and because they did it alphabetically by your first name, I was at the very, very end. And the only thing I think of was talking about my experience I had with Champions Life Academy, which I will tell you about another time. So I spoke about that, and what I didn't realise was going to happen that day is that there were actually a couple of customers there who were people who would have potentially hire us, and it was very, very scary because they were there taking notes as well as the other recruitment consultants. So it's very nerve-wracking. I'm nervous just talking about it. But it was a really good day. I met some fantastic people, all really motivated, really excited about the future. We did some activities that showed teamwork and sort of our own ideas, and then it came to the presentation. So again, I'm one of the last, and I walk in and there's the guy who's run the day and 4 potential employers for me. And what was really nice is that I didn't go in and they didn't look at me horribly. They were very like, take your time, da da da. They actually even asked me about my CV, so it made it very relaxed, which was a lot easier for me. And then I obviously went into my pitch, and I tried to keep it quite condensed and quite to the point. And what was really nice is the questions were really nice, and they weren't sort of being like, oh, horrible to you. They were quite sort of personal questions about who I was, not necessarily about my presentation, which is different for these sorts of things. And I left that day having actually, they left us waiting in this room for a good half an hour while they chose who they were going to take on for the recruitment consultancy, not necessarily even a job. And then finally my name was called, and out of the 55 odd people that were there, they took on 12 of us. And I thank God to this day I was one of those 12. And then they invited us to the pub. Can't complain about that at all, if I'm honest. And while I was there, I met some really fantastic people, not just the people who work for Pareto, but also people who I've actually seen now, because Pareto do these fantastic sales training courses that if you find a job through them, you go on and your employer pays for. They are absolutely brilliant, and if anybody is looking at... Sorry, my computer froze. If anyone's looking at sales as a career, I would go through Pareto, because they know their stuff. They're really good. And I still see those people on the courses now. I see them all the time, even though I haven't seen some of them since June. I saw one girl this month who I haven't seen since June, and it was really good to see her because she got employed on the same day as I did. What's fantastic is the Friday after I got through to the recruitment consult into the business with Pareto, I got so many phone calls from different consultants going, I want you to interview for this. They were really good as well, because they told you exactly what the interview was going to be about, who it was going to be with, what you need to do beforehand. And I only accepted about 2 interviews because the other companies they pitched to me really didn't sound what I wanted to do. So I organised to have interviews the following Tuesday and Wednesday, and I stayed in London for the night. And on the Tuesday I had one interview with a global telecoms company, and it went really well. The guy who interviewed me had been at my assessment day, seen me, really liked me, thought, right, bring her in for an interview. And that interview was at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I went for dinner with a friend at about 6 before I went back to my hotel. And at about 6:30 I got a phone call from my recruitment consultant at Pareto, Simon. Thank you so much, Simon. He called me asking me 2 questions. Would I accept the job? And when could I start? I have never, not even for a restaurant job, had a response that quickly. Well, I remember the employer, they are an amazing company because I now work for them, and I called back an hour later and said yes, and I said I can start on the 22nd of July. He called me back the following morning saying, fantastic, your contract is in the post. And that was it. July! So July comes around, I spend the entire month packing, bringing everything back down from the attic that I'd spent the entirety of June putting up in the attic, finding somewhere to live, coming up to London to look at places to live, just downright getting very, very excited, and trying to be actually organised, which, if any of you know me, I am not really ever. So July, I come up to London, I look at a couple places, don't find anything the first time. I come back up a second time and I come to an area in East London, just past Stratford, and I fall in love with the area. And I'm really lucky because I found my room, which I won't show you at the moment because it is a mess. And instantly me and my landlord, we get on really well. The room is fantastic, it's huge. The area is really nice. It's so close to the tube, so it takes me 25 minutes, half an hour to get to work. No hassle, no fuss. It's fantastic. And I move into my room 2 days before I start work on the 22nd of July. July, my first week was interesting. I realised that everybody in my office, they have better banter than when I was at university. And most of them are middle-aged adults. So instantly you feel comfortable. And we were given jobs to do, and everyone was really, really enthusiastic about getting us involved in all their different projects and integrating us into the company. And the first week we were invited out by all these people going out for lunch on the Friday. It was really nice just to have a sit-down meal on the Friday and talk to people who you might not have met yet. And absolutely fantastic. Couldn't have asked for anything better. The rest of the year. So, as you might have guessed, for the rest of the year I have worked for the same company. I have loved my job. I have learned a lot about my company and the industry and everything we do, and it's been a big eye-opener. Haven't had to use too much university jargon yet, but I'm sure that will happen this year. Fingers crossed. August was a lot of getting used to the company, a lot of training with Pareto. September was my birthday. It was absolutely fantastic because all my friends came down, had some really good times. October, work, more Pareto training. And then November came around. And, well, actually, end of October. You might see the picture at the beginning of this presentation is a picture of my family, my dad's family. It's my dad, my aunt, my grandmother Noonie, and my grandfather Gamps. I lost Gamps just before I started university, which was really hard. But this year, or last year, on October 26th, I lost the most important person in my life, and that was Noonie. Sorry. She was a beautiful human being. She was the matriarch of our family, and she was just so wonderful, and I can't express how much I miss her. Every time I can't think about it without crying, sorry. But I want everyone to know how wonderful she was, and I want my family to know that it has hit us really hard, but if I'm really honest, it's brought us closer together. It really has. This Christmas I spent with my dad and our family, and it was really lovely because it was so, everyone was happy, and we knew that we had come closer together and we were happier as a unit, and everything was going really well for all of us, and we knew that she was looking down on us and would be happy for us. But nothing can replace what the gaps she's left in me. And it was heart-wrenching. So the end of the year was wonderful. I spent it with my family, and then New Year's I spent with my friends and some people that mean a lot to me. And January so far has been amazing. I have, to raise money for cancer research, I have decided to do the triathlon this January. I am not drinking for the entire month. For a person who works in the middle of the city, it's hard. But I'm raising money, and I've raised £100 so far. So to everyone who's donated, thank you so much. It means so much to me and to everybody who it will affect. I got an email today actually saying that having hit the £50 mark, that is more than 1,200 petri dishes for scientists to test tumour samples. So that £50 is potentially saving thousands of lives through these tests to diagnose cancer as early as physically possible. And I want to thank you guys so much for helping with that. Thank you. So I want to end on a high note. It is 2014, I have got amazing friends, I have a fantastic job, and I love my life in London, and I am going to share everything interesting I do with you. There are very few of you there are at the moment, and I am really excited. I'm gonna have to make another video to tell you everything because I've talked too much in this one. See you guys soon. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will talk to you next week. Bye!